and they know that because of the financial burden on this, they brought out an initiative called now the MAP clearly says it gives room for the customer to pay for the meter, but they get refunded the value of the payment in token energy over a period of time. Our regulators said no, that they are not going to allow commencement on the payment as until the bulk that had been paid for out.
Okay.
Right, just like she said, ideally, 10 working days is it in good news. We've cleared our backlog drastically. When I mean we've cleared out 99% of the backlog. And that was the only reason why regulators decided to lift that and today as you see customers have died and mass for right. So that is during the inception of MAP was highly regulated. Our regulators were the one that time switch meters to be sold. However, since 2024, when we had of the dollar, right, the vendors said no, cannot go
supply.
Yes, they said no, we want to be able to regulate how much they want food, and that so it's not like a uniform price. I mean to say, right? So next person.
Okay, all right. So we'll hold on to that. You're just sending your messages. We will get to that very shortly. But today, they are going to be disseminating as much information in your area. So stay tuned. 2.3. We'll be back after this break. All right, so your power metering is a big problem, and now you know that MAP is back on the website given to you again. Once again, my guests are still in the studio, but I think amid all of this brouhaha, it's one or two messages, and we wrap. Engagements are on right there. Get to meet. So once again, Mrs. to you, and I don't know who's going to help us with that. MAP is up. All right.
About vendors.
Okay.
We had 2 vendors before, but now we have vendors.
4. Okay.
And basically, single phase meter and the 3-phase. So the prices, from the vendors. We have for the first vendor, Amis Consulting Limited, for their phase, it's 135,000. Then for the 3-phase goes for 7,890, highest of the 4 vendors. Then of course we'll go down. The least of them is Wilson Intelligent Technology Limited. That one phase going for 128,000. That and their 3-phase going for 200,000 thereabout. But the good thing, this information is in public display. Okay. People can always. So the summary is for single phase, you're not going to spend more than 136,000 approximately. Then the maximum 3-phase is 228, depending on capacity, the load. We talk about this, but please feel free to always, before we share our handles again. Do now is transparent enough. Full time out of your busy schedules to check pricing. Immediately we got the lift, we posted that same day. That was the same day I did. Okay. So we just appeal to our customers on Meta, that's Facebook, we're there on X, everywhere, just trying to this over customers to ensure they get information.
Okay, so let me ask. This is probably one question that a lot of people probably want to ask. For a customer who applied for the meter in the past, but the meter was yet to install, what would be the billing process for such customers, and how do you ensure that they don't overbuild within that ST with that question, Bonsomeh?
Thank you so much. If one has paid and not gotten the meter of details about the person, first of all.
Yeah.
So, but for that, fact that you have and paid for a meter, I mean, you are not still connected to the supply. I mean, you are not still being billed on estimation. Methodology that is being done by PIN. So that capping method is being applied for customers.
Now, you explained it is the average of their consumption, for I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And they pay that. Well, or not the big at
an average.
At average.
Exceed that capped amount. The feeder. They have to.
Capping is on feeder base.
On feeder base, because your band and all of that. So what happens when you're in estimation is that we're not allowed to bill you high the capped amount. Now this is a disadvantage to us, right? Because there are customers that are obviously done. But the truth is that we also have customers that don't use as so that's why the methodology for accountability is the metering, and that's why we're still appealing to our customers. There are a whole lot of initiatives going on right now. If Bonsomeh can just let the public we're doing to ensure that we close metering gaps.
Okay, we'll give you two of these things. Okay,
so as which is the meter asset provision scheme, we just concluded sometime in the MAF, meter asset for right? Okay. Which we deploy 5,000 meters. Yes, over meters plus.
Across your front?
Yes. As we speak today, we commenced the district program. I remember the last there was a district program that was supposed to come up, distribution sector recovery program. We're about to deploy that, and the total earmarked meters is 34,550 meters, which will be distributed across 4 states. Now, this order of preference, the order of preference is starting from the band A's because of their tariff. Those that with the entire customer base on every customer meter, every customer's metered. That's the plan. Aside from the map, we've just come AF. Right now, we're about to go ahead with the district is federal government initiative funded by the World Bank, right? So there are a lot of at no cost to the customer, at no cost, zero cost to the customer. It's which eventually the main is to entirely close out on gap and make sure that every of our customers.
Okay, now before I say our goodbyes, let me leave this information with you. I've had on me the non-MD head, Mr. Bonsomeh. If you have any 0809 030 6416, and as always, every Thursday I will collect those messages, add those stories, and he can immediately get to it quickly. What are the channels for your customers?
Okay, you can contact us. The first, I will as we speak, there's somebody mad that we have info@phed.com.ng. They have our call center. Let me that we run a 24/7. And many people do not know that's the truth, and you can reach us on 700-22743 070557433. Don't get through on that. You can try our box 090-878. We'll leave some of this with Jude. That's on Instagram and X, your meters are installed. Facebook at official PHED. All the usb.com.ng. Of course, we have our whistleblower line. I want you to our customers, if there's anything you're not with, we're not Lord as people think. You can make complaints. You can call our lines on 0811-46572. See something, say something. Okay. Do you have anybody trying to extort you, or you feel that you're not being justly treated? This line directly to the office of our MDCEOs. Please get in touch with us.
All right, so thank you very much. With that take this morning, don't forget your messages across today about this. And let me say this to both of you: a good number of reports last 3 weeks that the power supply proved. So let me, Woji, Akpajo, and also Elizu, they all cleared the house. So thank you very much for always responding to respond. My name is Jude. Again, send us those messages. Today's power update, I'll be sending them across.